everybody, Composer Gloves here, and this is going to be the mixdown of that crazy breakcore tune. I think I might just call it, I don't know, I still don't have a name. It's pretty crazy. I've gotten all the way through the whole thing, I still don't really have a name. Maybe I'll come up with a name as we go. So the deal about this is borderline going to be one of the more complicated, if not the most complicated mixdowns, not because parts are going to be disagreeing with each other. That's sort of a different sort of complicated, but just simply because of the amount of parts I have moving. Like, look at all these parts. Like, oh my gosh. Now, I anticipate things being a little simpler because I did reuse a lot of samples. So hopefully once I mix one, but I did do a lot of making unique. So what I may end up doing is recording things out through the master bus and then doing it. I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to come up with ways to simplify things as I go, but we're gonna mix it. I'm gonna go ahead and hit Control-Shift-S now and rename it. Oh man, I need a name for my post mix. You know what? I'm gonna keep it the same as this one though, that way, because I know that the love of pigeon was spelled all funny because there's no pigion, whatever. So misspelled that. Didn't notice that before. I'm just naming it post mix because I know that this is the file name, but I still don't have anything to put in this spot. Who knows? Saying 5 hours. That's above average for me. Okay, and we're just starting the mix down. Okay, so let's see here. Not that. I want. What did I want to see? Oh yeah, I wanted to see the mixer. Okay, so this is the post mix, and I'm gonna go ahead and select a crap ton of tracks, and whammo, they're gone. Now there's a huge number of things not going through the mixer. Whoops, not going through the mixer track. If you want to hear what this track sounds like in its current state, go look up the previous video. We'll do a thing there. I have this secondary kick I added in here. We'll see how it sounds, how it works out. It may not work out at all. Okay, so I determined that in the previous video, I kind of said how much I hated this kick. And some of it may not be the kick. It's just because everything's so friggin' loud. I listened to some of my old mixes. I'm like going to start ripping down old crap that I've done, remixing, remastering it, maybe even never even publishing it again because I don't feel like the song carries the way I wanted it to. And just go about making my stuff better. Because there are things like when you mix like this, when you mix like this, you make no compromises as far as getting things to sound the way you want. They will sound the freaking way you want. You just have to turn your volume knob up a lot. But that's like the way it used to be done. The other way, when people mix that when it's already loud, you make a lot of compromises. Some people don't realize how many compromises they make until they try this method, and then they're like, holy crap. But then everything changes in terms of mixing and mastering and stuff. So let's go ahead and just do some mix down. I'm not going to explain why I mix the way I mix because I have other videos where I explain some of this, and I'm going to be doing a critical listening and a mixing series soon. However, these are going to be enormous series. They're going to be so huge and there's so much information. So I'm working on that though. So we'll get there. And the greatest thing about doing series like that is I learn oodles, like so much more. Like when you teach something, you get so much better. So anyways, I'm gonna start mixing. Don't expect me to talk a lot or explain a lot about what I'm doing. Maybe I'll probably mutter as I go along here. But yeah, this is separate stuff. So some of this stuff's been sent out. So we're just gonna start at the beginning. You know what? We're not going to start at the beginning. Oh man, how do I even want to approach this? It's a pretty dynamic track. It shifts attention halfway through into this, and there's going to be a lot of creative decisions here, a lot more than normal, because mixing is a very large part of this. My bass is not super duper important. It's all about these crazy drums. I don't know. We'll figure it out. You know what? I'm going to start at the beginning. I'm going to start at the beginning for this one because each part is so unique that it'll be whatever. Okay, so we'll start with the bells. So we'll start right here. Let me set up my mixing set first, which would involve doing that and involve putting up a visual dB meter. Ozone, not ozone, isotope, hit Alt plus F8. Oh, there we go. And I normally put the dB meter over here, and you can only see like top of it because I keep forgetting. I don't see my picture down here, my video, but you do. But whatever, you know there's a meter there, and I'm just aware of the stuff going on down there. Click that, hit D to make it detached. Yeah, they just had a sale on their metering suite. And I was really heavily, like, I kind of want Ozone. I want the Ozone mastering suite, the music production suite. It literally looks sweet. There's a good reason for it being called sweet, but man, I just need this. I'm saving up because I did the math. Well, I didn't do the math. It's not exactly hard math. I looked at it, and it's better to buy the suite with the metering plugin included than to buy it on sale for $100. Because then that detracts from the bundle deal, and so you actually end up paying more. And I'm a big believer in just saving up and doing it all in one go. Like I bought Complete, one of the best purchases I ever made. Some people are complaining, like they're receiving so much complaining about a couple of the business moves they've made, but it still doesn't change the fact that they're one of the best sets I've ever used. Like they changed my production capabilities big time. All right, so bells. Let's figure out. So I have bells on 13. And then a layer controlling them. So 13, bring it up. I'm going to shoot for bells around -12 probably. And I'm going to turn my monitoring up a touch. Okay, so bells are on 13. And I assume my mixer is just going to end up looking insane by the end of this. It's just the way it's going to be. So I'm going to select this. I already have stereo images on the bells. Now look at that. I have so much room. Holy crap. You know what? I'm going to go to the bells themselves. I'm going to go through here. I already have some panning going on. I'm going to make it a little more extreme. Nice wide image. And what's great, it's going to be mono compatible because all these things are separate sounds. Like they're unrelated. So it'll sound great in mono and in stereo. Okay. The beginning is a pretty simple deal. It's literally just bells. I have this Einstein talking, so let's go ahead and bring him up. He's on channel 30.
That Gandhi's views were the most.
Now I did a little bit of doctoring to this, but actually, you know what? I kind of like his recording. I like the lo-fi feel to it.
I believe that Gandhi's views were the most enlightened of all the political men in our. I believe that Gandhi's views were the most enlightened of all the political men in our.
I'm gonna keep him mono because I want him to be heard loud and clear through these like stereo bells. So it'll just create this nice. There's stuff in the middle, stuff on the sides, mid-side sort of, I guess, in a way.
I believe.
I know it's a completely different, unrelated topic for you people who are like, oh my gosh, that's not what mid-side is, la la la. Like, I know, it's totally separate concepts. It's just I'm making an unusual connection.
I believe that Gandhi's views were the most enlightened of all the political men in our. I believe.
So he hasn't got anything that really. I like this recording. It's clean. I like the way it sounds. So next up, we have these violins coming in here. And they are on, hey, violins come in. Oh, they're there, 19. They're on 19. So I'm going to skip over to where the violins are.
Fighting for our cause.
Do.
Fighting for our cause. But by non-participants in fighting for our cause.
You know what I'm thinking about doing? I keep thinking about these drums. I should really focus on the strings. Maybe I'll just start drums at like channel 40 and go onward. That might be smart. Then they're all like right next to each other. I could put all the kicks on like 40 to like 48. I don't know how many kicks I have, but I know there's a good chunk of them.
Fighting for our cause, but by non-participants in fighting for our
this music
fighting
box.
For our cause, but by non-participants in fighting for our cause, but by non-participants in fighting for our cause, but by non-participants in fight.
This is gonna sound so freaking dope once it's been mixed. Oh, my dog wants out. Just a sec. So my audio normally kicks off around an hour, so I might do this in 2
Fighting for our
sets.
cause, but by non-participants in fighting for our cause, but by non-participants in fighting for our cause, but by fighting for our cause, but by non-participants in fighting for our cause.
Okay. We'll do this part next.
In
And the solo, the strings come in. It's 21. 21. You know what? I'm going to move these solo strings down to 20.
in anything you believe is evil.
There is only one.
In anything you believe.
And this guy was, you are not going to a mixer track. Now you are. I'm going to put you up here by your clone. Cool.
In anything you believe is evil. The in anything you believe is evil.
So I had an instructor who said that like 90% of mixing is just setting levels. He is correct.
In anything you believe is evil. The in
It really is. And the more you do it, just you get so much better as you go.
Peace for all time. There is only one real.
Okay, so this doesn't have nothing on it. And honestly, EQ may be all I really need to do to dress it up, because this is going to be sort of muddy recordings. For this one, I'm going to use actually TDR Nova. It came with a pre-label on it, so it self-sorted itself into this thing called mastering. So that was kind of amusing. This is a free plugin. You can find it on my free plugins list. It's amazing. What I like about it, it's got this high pass option of freaking 72 decibels. So that's something the EQ does not offer right now. And it goes down to 10 hertz and up to 40K. So that's also unique. Okay, so we're gonna.
There is only one real peace now, and that is peace for all time. There is only one real peace now, and that is peace for all time. There is only one real peace now, and that is peace for all time. There is only one real peace now, and that is peace for all time. There is only one real peace now, and that is peace for all time.
There's a compression function on this as well, but I'm gonna stick to it just as a cool EQ for now.
There is only one real peace now, and that is peace for all time. There is only one real peace now, and that is peace for all time. There is only one real peace now, and that is peace for all time. There is only one real peace now, and that is peace for all time. There is only one real peace now, and that is peace for all time. There is only one real peace now, and that is peace for all time. There is only one real peace now, and that is peace for all time. There is only one real peace now, and that is...
So I'm gonna throw a Maximus on here too. But I'm gonna turn off all the separate bands. Just do some general compression. The master's still on. Oh, compression off. My bad. Oops.
There is only one real peace now, and that is peace for all time.
I'm gonna do some pretty heavy compression.
There is only one real peace now, and that is peace for all time.
You know something? There's a website I go to where they demo audio for like free, and then they have paid versions, and they compress the living crap out of all their audio. Like, But yeah, at first you click it and you're like, whoa, this sounds so good. And then you realize, no, it's just really compressed. It doesn't actually sound that great.
There is only one real peace now, and that is peace for all time.
So I like that. It's a lot more smooth and even. Because there's moments later on where it's still, I know I'm going to want to do this later too.
There is only one real peace now, and that is peace for all time. There is only one real peace.
And why I'm a got Maximus, you know what I am going to turn on? I'm going to turn on the high band. I'm going to set the high band by clicking solo.
There is only one real peace now, and that is peace for all time.
So you see, you can kind of hear his voice a little bit, but it's mostly hiss. That's what I'm after. So we're just going to compress this like so. And even do something like that.
Now, and that is peace for all time. There is only one real peace now, and that is peace for all time. There is only one real peace now, and that is peace for all time.
Now I've got this mid noise. Stuff like this is just going to be tricky. Like it's just the way life is. I'm going to use EQ2 for this. Let's find some.
There is only one real peace now, and that is peace for all time. There is only one real peace now, and that is peace for all time. There is only one real peace now, and that is peace for all time. There is only one real peace now, and that is peace for all time. There is only one real peace now, and that is peace for all time. There is only one real peace now, and that is peace for all time.
I'm going to leave that there. I just know that this is going to be a hot spot for a lot of the percussion too, so maybe I'll end up changing it later. I might even add another EQ just for more power over the shape after that one. But for the most part, sounds pretty solid. So let me make sure I'm not skipping out on anything happening here. 19, and then everything else is on either 12. So I've got 12. So 19 solid, 12 solid. Okay.
There is only one real peace now, and that is peace for all time. There is only one real peace now, and that is peace for all time. There is only one real peace now, and that is peace for all time. There is only one real peace.
Now, this is kind of an interesting deal. Let's try panning this.
In anything you believe is evil.
There is only one real peace now, and that is peace for all time.
Because I'm not trying to sound like a string section. I'm trying to just sound cool.
The confrontation was not created by the police. The confrontation was created by the people who charged the police.
Oh my gosh. Come on. Okay, so this guy has some buzz. I'm going to be a little less intense with how I process this one because it doesn't need to be as intense.
Confrontation was not created by the police. The confrontation was created by the people who charged the police. Gentlemen, get the thing straight. One. The confrontation was not created by the police. The confrontation was
Now there's a buzz in here. It sounds down here somewhere.
The confrontation was not created by the police. The confrontation was created by the people who charged the police.
Cleans it up quite a bit.
The confrontation was not created by the police. The confrontation was created by the people who charged the police. Gentlemen, the confrontation was not created by the police. The confrontation was created by the people who charged the police. Gentlemen, get the thing straight once and for all. The policeman isn't there to... The confrontation was not created by the police. The confrontation was not created by the police. The confrontation...
Now this, what you'll do, so I'm not doing enough frequencies for this to really be super effective. So I'm going to open up one more. What you do is you listen for some parts that by comparison to the other parts in your signal are extraordinarily loud. Usually they're nodal points of just the room that they were in, and they just happen to have these points that had static waves that made these particular frequencies louder. This is going to eat up your headroom. So you go through, you find those points, and then you bring those down in level, and that way you can boost the overall signal as a whole without compressing it. So you're essentially compressing particular frequencies. And this is when you're EQing, it'll oftentimes also make your recording just sound cleaner. So
the confrontation was not created by the police. The confrontation was created by the people who charged the police. The confrontation was not created by the police. The confrontation was created by the people who charged the police. Gentlemen, get the thing straight.
So without the EQ,
the confrontation was not created by the police. The confrontation was not created by the police. The confrontation was created by the people who charged the police. Gentlemen, the confrontation was not created by the police.
I'm also going to compress this one.
The confrontation was not created by the police. The confrontation was created by the people who charged the police. Gentlemen, get the thing straight once and for all. The policeman isn't there to... The confrontation was...
Another thing that EQing like this before you compress it does, first of all, you're not compressing crap you don't want to compress. Second of all, it also prevents frequencies from... You'll create these points where it's painful for your ears to listen to when you have movement. Like it's just, there's more concentrated frequencies where your ears are more sensitive. And so as a result, you're going to, it's just more painful to listen to. This happens all the time with filter sweeps and resonance when people aren't paying attention. So this is something, so you want to EQ before you hit your compressor. That was even on a test I took once.
The confrontation was not created by the police. The confrontation was created by the people who charged the police. Gentlemen, get the thing straight once and for all. The policeman isn't there to... The confrontation was not created by the police.
So this is pre?
The confrontation was not created by the police.
And that's okay too. This is post.
The confrontation was not created by the police.
Notice how much more easy it is to understand. Now it is louder. So for you people who are out there who are like, but that's louder. So you need compensation and stuff to judge it properly. You know, this is cool. Good for you. I've got my deal right here. I'm happy with it.
The confrontation was not created by the police. The confrontation was created by the...
One thing I could do too is I could slap a limiter on here and just set a ceiling instead of going into the compressor and doing this. This is at -2.
The confrontation was not created by the police. The confrontation was created by the people who charged the police. Gentlemen, get the thing straight once and for all. The policeman isn't there to...
Okay, so this is doing its thing. I'm not going to bother explaining that. So just leveling it out. And okay, so that's that. That's a kind of a lot of detail. These recordings in particular though are a little touchy. So we have a string full on reverb. I'm going to send it to the same I do not want to send it to the same string channel. So let's listen to this guy in particular. We'll put him up. Whoops, what the heck am I doing? We'll put him up over here by the strings.
Was not created. The confrontation was not created. The confrontation was not...
Okay, cool. It's good there. Now, let's move on.
Was not created by the police. The confrontation was created by the people who charged the police. Gentlemen, get the thing straight.
Where's my panning? We need more cool panning here. Copy value.
Was not created by the police. The confrontation was created by the people who charged the police. Gentlemen, get the thing straight once and for all. The policeman isn't there to create disorder. The policeman is there to preserve disorder.
The first imperative is the elementary necessity of maintaining our own national...
Okay, so now this gets plenty loud.
Create disorder. The policeman is there to preserve disorder.
The first imperative is the elementary necessity of maintaining our own national strength.
Uh, 17.
Create disorder.
All right, there's going to need to be some sort of move here to fix levels there, that's for sure.
Create disorder. The policeman is there to preserve disorder.
The first imperative is the elementary necessity of maintaining our own national strength. Maintaining our own national strength.
Okay, so this guy has got to be a little bit adjusted here. So we're going to take level, create automation clip, paste the level there essentially, and then come down here.
National strength. National strength.
This is the part where things are going to get very interesting. So here we go. I'm just going to assign that there. Did everything get sent? Okay, they're all the same. Okay, they're all the same. This guy's its own deal. I'm going to send him to 40 because he's a kick. We'll send the kicks up there by 40. Okay, cool. So that works out pretty much the way I want it to. Copy value, just hit C, select, hit P. Cool. Strings are set, good to go. I'm going to leave them relatively mono for this. Okay, so these are on 8. Let's do them. 8. This is where a lot of little stuff's going to happen. It's going to make it really cool. So we're going to go to Stereo Shaper, mixing. You know what? Effects, we're just going to do all sorts of crap. We'll do shrink. You're on 40. Type in value 41. Oh, you're also on 8. Random reverse snare. Ooh, okay then. Well, we'll send you your own deal.
Of maintaining our own national strength. Of maintaining our own national strength. Of maintaining our own national strength. Of maintaining.
Beginning to realize how complicated this is going to get. Okay, 4. Okay. These are a lot of little things, so I am aware that my meters are going to look a little funny just from how fast some of these things are. Control L. Make Control S. I'm gonna select everything and bring it down just a tad. Okay, so on these snaps, pan do. How cool is that? I know, so cool. Do more panning. Make unique. Control L. Bring 8 up. You know what? This one's gonna be so radical, I may just deal with a big dynamic range. You know what? No, 43? We'll do 43 just to be safe. $43. It's totally ridiculous. I'm just gonna do this. Screw sending everything to the mixer, man. I'm not gonna be doing crazy EQ crap. I'm gonna be doing stuff individually.
is still my conviction. It 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 is still my conviction.
It's still in his conviction.
It is still my
Do I have 10 up? Yeah. Ho, buddy. This is going to be one interesting gig. Let's see. 10. 40's up. I know that. This one's not attached to anything. Are these all the 40? Okay, they're all 40 pretty much, except that last one. Better check. Okay. And let's see here.
It is still my conviction. 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 As I wrote in night, as I wrote. It is still as I wrote. As I wrote. As I wrote.
19.
As I wrote in night, as I wrote in night, as I.
Wow, this is sounding pretty cool. 8, 19.
As I wrote in night, 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 as I wrote. I wrote in 1990. I wrote in. I wrote in 1990. I wrote in. I wrote in 1999. I wrote in 1990. I wrote in 1947.
Oh, these really pop now. Wow.
147. 147. 147. 147. 147.
I'm gonna leave those up. I'll compress those on the master. It'll be interesting.
147. 147. 147. 147. 147. 147. 147. 147. 147.
Yeah. Another one of those.
The compelling
Panning. Let's create an automation clip for the pan job. Panner. Yep. Okay. We'll come over here. Let's check.
necessities of them. Necessities of them.
Whatever. Sounds good to me.
Moment. 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 Leave a moment. Leave a moment. Leave a moment.
Sounds like you're saying Mormon. Mormon. Let's see here.
There's no alternative to There's no alternative to the maintenance of real and respectable strength. There's no alternative to the maintenance of real and There's no alternative to the maintenance of real and respectable strength. There's no alternative to the maintenance of real and respectable strength. There's no alternative to the maintenance of real and respectable strength. There's no alternative to the maintenance of real and respectable strength. Alternative to the maintenance of real and respectable strength. Alternative to the maintenance of real and respectable strength.
Holy freaking crap, dude. Man, I really like the way this sounds. Maybe I'll just leave it like this and then try and compress it later. I mean, this isn't pop music. This is breakcore. I'm not gonna follow pop music standards. I'm gonna do stuff I'm making art right now. This is art. So man, I just really dig it. I want to throw in some crazy panning. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. Not because I feel like the farther I get into this, the more I am letting go of what could be a really cool uncompressed song. And so I'm going to deal with stuff. It's just going to have a large dynamic range. Like, it sounds like it should have that. So I'm going to go back over here and make changes to that. I just realized I don't hear these things at all. 41. I still have to be careful when I make stuff crap loud though, because of the whole comparison. Like these things will sound dope louder, like they just will in comparison to stuff like.
It is still my conviction that I wrote.
This sounded cool. Let's turn this back up.
It is still my conviction that I wrote in 1947. The compelling necessities of the moment leave us no alternative to the maintenance of real and respectable strength. 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 And respectable strength.
Holy crap, man. I don't even know if I can do dynamic. Like, the panning would be insane. Are these all the same thing? Let's pan these all. Create an automation clip. Automation on it. I gotta re-automate it again. Where is mono? Is this it? Oop, that's it. That's mono. So this is gonna do that. Free limiter. Where's that? I'm gonna control the panning of each of these. Note panning. One thing about this part is it's that part that on my head, I know it's going to sound different than it will when it hits my body. So over a bigger system, like if you're listening to this in your car or whatever, or you have like a stack of some kind, you're going to be like boom, boom, boom. It's going to sound way more dynamic and interesting. And then this, I'm going to pan. These, I'm going to add just some stereo effects too. Do phaser. Now do stereos. We'll put this one on the same track. So it's 22. We'll put this on 22. That would explain stuff. Are these the same thing? That's really as far as I can go. Sample pigeon, da, 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 da. They are the same thing. Oops. I don't know I'm ready to track though. Okay. Do something kind of cool here. Add a reverb. So yeah, when things start getting crazy like this, you look at it and you're like, oh, he's just making decisions as he goes. It's like whatever. So I'm gonna add long reverb, make it pretty wet. Automate the reverb on and off. Do something like this. Oh, it's off. I forgot. Got some weird room stuff. It's kind of cool. Dude, man, bro, this kick, I'm just not loving this kick. Show me where the panning's at. There? Okay, whatever. Sort of right there. I like that. It's a higher frequency or something different. It's just creating a click from phases then. It's just phase click. So this means Monarch K. Got that covered. This is Bel Air 9K and Massive, which is not going to anything right now. That's like not good. Just so you know. Massive 31, 23. I thought there was another part going on here. Kick, don't trip 2. Where's this guy? Thought I used you. Let's go back, listen. See if he pops up.
I believe that Gandhi's views were the most enlightened of all the political men in our time. We should strive to do things in his spirit, not to use violence in fighting for our cause, but by non-participation in anything you believe is evil.
There is only one real peace now, and that is peace for all time.
The confrontation was not created by the police. The confrontation was created by the people who charge the police. Gentlemen, get the thing straight once and for all. The policeman isn't there to create disorder. The policeman is there to preserve disorder.
The first imperative is the elementary necessity of maintaining our own national strength. Moral. Economic and military. It is still my conviction, as I wrote in 1947, the compelling necessities of the moment leave us no alternative to the maintenance of real and respectable strength.
That part there sounds funny. So, yeah, there's so many tiny moves. I think the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to cut it here, and I'm going to just do the rest of the mix. you kind of see some of the ideas that I'm going at now. I'm probably going to end up settling with this because it is a separate genre and it is pretty wild and there's a lot going on. So I think I might just go for an uncompressed mix and then try and master that and see where that gets me. If that doesn't work out the way I want it to, like for whatever reason it sounds like way too squashed or something just doesn't sound as great, then I might go and try and remix this whole thing again, or I'll go to my before I even attempted to mix this and then run from there. Like this one is going to be uber complicated. So I don't know. This may require more. I have a feeling though that this method will turn out some pretty cool results. So if you guys heavily disagree with me for like whatever reason, you're like, hey, no, you know, feel free to voice yourself down below. Yeah. If you have any questions, let me know. Subscribe and have a blessed day.